Titans Global. Let's go. Started with a vision, two voices in the mix. Max and Link together, building something that'll stick. Every episode we drop, yeah, we're reaching new heights. Titans Global on the map, burning bright every night. From the first recording session to the fans that tune in, we've been grinding every day, yeah, we're destined to win. Titans Global, that's the name, that's the brand, we the fans. Speaking truth through the microphone, messages that we send. Titans Global, that's the movement. Titans Global, feel the power. Titans Global, we keep pushing. Titans Global, this our hour. Titans Global, Max and Link. Titans stronger than you think. Titans Global, that's the way. Titans Global, every single day.
What's up, Titans fans, and welcome to another different kind of episode of the Titans Global Podcast. I am your host, Maximus Titan Fan, and with me, as always, is my good buddy Link. What's up, bro?
Yeah, good to be here. Good to be back. Sorry I missed y'all last week, but we got post-game to talk about. Lot going on, lot being said. Best that we just get right into it. But before, make sure to like, subscribe, comment, jump in the comment section. Plenty going on. Give us your thoughts on it.
Yeah, so, not the best game.
Kind of ugly.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I was telling somebody today, when they asked me about the game, I was like, well, I'm really not that upset, to be honest. I mean, we had some performers play in spots that you like to see them play in the game. We were in it all the way up until the last drive of the game. We beat the spread, but it wasn't what I wanted.
I mean, the way I look at it, it's you played a competitive football game. Now, granted, it was 3-0 at halftime, but some semblance of a competitive football game. You were in it at the end. You gave me a reason to watch until the fourth quarter, which is something we haven't seen for most of this year. And at the end of the day, you kept your draft position. So this is kind of a best of multiple worst case scenarios for the season. Again, it was something to watch. You saw Cam Ward lead a late game-tying drive, which is, what you want to see out of a young quarterback. But a lot of bad to go along with it too. And unfortunately, there's still a lot of bad to talk about.
Yeah. All right. So, first thing I want to talk about, you know how I like to do. I like to do a compliment sandwich. So I'm going to start off talking about how, in the most important part of the game, a young rookie quarterback drove 95 yards with no Ridley, no DK, and no Iomanor, whatever, on the field as Jefferson and Mason Kinsey as your number 1 and number 2 receiver against the number 1 defense in the NFL.
Yep.
95 yards and scores a touchdown to keep us in the game. Right. I mean, I think it was 1:46 left or something. No, maybe it was like 2:30 left.
It was a little less. Yeah, it was prior to the 2 minute. I don't know.
I feel like it was. No, I feel like it was. Yeah, I feel like you're right on that. So, but to me, that showed great poise. He never gave up, kept that drive throughout the entire game. And honestly, I think a lot of people would have crumbled in that position. I mean, you've got nobody to throw to. Your running backs aren't getting any yards, so you're having to try to make yards, and he does. I think that was the long scramble, and then he hit Chig for, I don't know, what was that, like 40 yards, 35, 40 yards, something like that.
Yeah, so if you're cool with it, I mean, I'll just go through that last series because because here's what I noticed a trend in this. So Gunnar Helm had the first catch, Tony Pollard had the second catch, Gunnar Helm had the third catch. You had an incompletion. Then you get down, was this the big pass to Chig? So, like, what I notice about this, 39-yard pass to Chig towards the end of it, you notice the tight ends getting involved. You notice the running back getting involved, and you also notice a tempo. This is when Cam has strived. I mean, we're talking about a 95-yard, 11-play drive. It's hurry up. It's 2-minute drill. He doesn't have somebody constantly in his ear. You see him moving players around. Like, he took command of the offense, which is what you saw through his college days. But when he's at his best, it's this off-tempo stuff. So I still don't understand why we haven't seen more of that worked into this offense as a whole. It seems like throughout the course of the game, they're taking the play clock down to 3 and 4 seconds before they're snapping it. I don't feel like you're playing to his strengths. And then when you do, you see what happens.
Yeah, I don't disagree with that, man. I'll be honest with you. I didn't get to see it because of the stupid fucking bullshit of blocking half the fucking state. I can't believe I almost forgot to bring this up. You sons of bitches. I have been watching sorry, I'm going to try to watch that. I have been watching every football game at my house on TV for as long as I can remember. Now, when the NFL came out with the blackout rule, there was a couple games where the Titans didn't sell out. And we've been blacked out before. And that, all right, whatever. Fuck it. I understand you have to make your money and, you know, you're trying to leverage us fans against that. But to cut out half the damn state, you get no Memphis area, no Knoxville area, no Kentucky, no Northern Alabama. Now, look, I'm sorry, Tyler, because you live in Northern Alabama, and all my Titans fans up in Kentucky. I'm sorry. But I could understand if they cut that out, you know, because that's not Tennessee. But everyone from Bristol to Memphis should be able to watch this game for free. I had to pay. I had to sign up for YouTube TV with the NFL ticket and pay $12 effing.
That's crazy.
To watch a football game.
That's happening 2 hours away from your house.
And to watch and to watch that game. I mean, you know, it's not like it was an awful game. It was decent. But my point is that and it was horrible. The freaking quality of it was terrible.
Oh, that's just Fox. Fox's presentation is so much worse than ABC's and NBC's. Like, it's ridiculous. I don't know how.
Well, I'm finding out because in my area, there's really no use in trying to use an antenna and get like channels through that. You either have cable or you stream. Yeah. And I stream. And I'll be honest with you, I have streamed Stranger Things on the season premiere night when it drops at midnight. I've streamed some of the biggest shows, you know, Walking Dead, American Horror Story. I've streamed some of the largest shows the moment they hit the streaming, and I've had 1 or 2 issues. But the NFL is ridiculous, dude. Like, every time I try to turn on a game that's in a streaming form, it is awful. It's glitchy. It's bad looking. It's in like 720. And I'm just saying, I hope this is not a trend that they're trying to do, because it really, really aggravated me. And I'll be honest, I've not been aggravated at the franchise or the NFL for anything in a while, because I honestly feel like the NFL is moving in the direction I want to move in anyway, which is score more points and, you know, have more exciting games. But that just pissed me off.
So what game was showing in your area on the Fox broadcast? Do you remember?
I don't know, because I refused to watch it. I think it was the Packers game.
Okay. I'm just trying to get an understanding. Like, yeah, it's weird. Like, I think this was a big deal because it's the first time it's kind of happened. Like you said, you can't remember a time where it's just blacked out on a normal NFL Sunday 12 o'clock game. It's weird. Yeah, it's definitely weird. And then while we're on the subject of like grinding your gears, so mine for the weekend, did you see the 2 construction guys trying to get into the stadium with bro, I'm so like I harped on this. Like, okay, it's one thing to tell a fan you can't wear a "We Ass" shirt. Like, okay, it says ass. Like,
they didn't let him in the. I just thought it was a picture.
No, they didn't let him in. That's what they turned him away. Go to Buck Rising's post. They literally turned him away. They wouldn't let him in with the sign. And I guess the outfits were okay, but they wouldn't let him in with the sign because the sign said, proceed with caution, team under construction. They would not allow them in the stadium with that sign, which, again, just like the We Ask shirts, I'm telling you, this franchise as a whole is just doing more to make me angry this year.
There's just no call for that, man.
And that has nothing to do with the blackout in Knoxville, but it's just a plethora of things this year that's like, what is going on with this team? Like these are the types of, and they're not doing it because they're building a new stadium, but like normally this is the kind of stuff you see happen when a team is about to move. Like they don't get shown in their own state. They're turning fans away at the gate. Like it turns into a Shiano show. So I don't know. And they're not going anywhere because they've got a new stadium smack dab in the middle of Nashville where you're going to pay $1,000 for a ticket to possibly not even get into your own stadium. So that's where we're at.
Man, I don't even know what to say to that.
Yeah.
I hate censorship, man. Like I'm a free spirit. I'm all about, loving everybody, and I try to be as cool as possible. I try not to get angry at shit, but man, I just don't get that. Why would you try to censor somebody that's making a joke or making light of something? And what the hell?
And the worst part about it is we're sitting here just over halfway through the season, and these are the most exciting things to talk about. Like, yeah, you had a game that just happened, but here we are talking about that. Like, that's the problem. Like, that's what sucks about being a Titans fan. Like, is this what it's like to be a Browns fan? Like, are we in that life of the previous what is the Browns? Like, we're there. This is it. This is rock bottom. Like, I hate to tell you, but this has to be rock bottom for the Titans fans and organization.
Yeah, I mean, all right. Do you follow? You don't. You're not on Twitter that much. Do you know who Justin Graver is?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay, well, I gave him some love because he made me actually smile. But he has a 7-minute video, which is, I ain't gonna go into it, but I'll shorten it, and it's basically him saying, been a Titans fan a long time. I remember when this time, Marcus Mariota, we were all getting behind the young quarterback. We were all excited. Year one, year two, we were even more excited for him to come back with a new coach. And he's like, it's almost like we just skipped that whole being excited part and the whole getting behind your quarter, because we were just as terrible that year. We were worse, actually. I mean, I don't know about this year. I don't know if we'll get to 3 wins this year. I really don't. I thought it was a joke a couple weeks ago, or maybe even a month ago, but it's not funny anymore. So.
Yep.
But anyway, let's try to move on past something besides this. Talk about some other stuff. Big Jeff. Let's get on that train, because that's
right into another one. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. So Big Jeff came out, made some comments. You know what? I'll just play the clip and let y'all check it out.
Guys on this team fight. Reed fight. Arden, we fought all the way back from injuries. Just because the team and this game means so much to us. Everybody had to take that same approach. Take this approach. We grown men. Everybody have a job to do, and we need to attack this game. We need to attack every day with a better attitude. And like I said, we need to play better football as a team.
There was a point you went to the offense
when you talked about the 3 and outs and so forth. When you brought that up after the game, what was said after that? What kind of response?
I mean, we'll see. We'll see next week. And we still got a lot of football game left. I mean, we got 7 left, and then like I said, we can keep talking about it. We talk about it every week. We've been saying the same thing. We keep saying the same thing in the media. We keep saying the same thing to each other. I mean, I see other teams saying it, and they go out there and prove it. We haven't proved nothing. We're not playing good team football. Simple. What people say, they got some good players, but we should have won that game. We got to stop beating. We had many false starts. We need to be better. offense we playing good. Sometimes the defense, but how can we play good as a team, three-face? We not playing good team football right now, and it's showing. And Mike said it in practice Friday. We had freaking 4 false starts Friday. We playing at home. We shouldn't have that many false starts. Don't care. I'm tired of taking feelings. I'm tired of losing. That's what I'm tired of doing. I mean,
Muted, bro.
I apologize
yeah.
for all the craziness there and the terrible showmanship of having my mic muted, but I feel his frustration. I really do.
Oh, yeah.
And for 90% of that video, I'm 100% with him. I mean,
Yep.
if you saw me throughout, I'm sitting over here like a bobblehead, just nodding my head with him. Yes, you're right. You're 100%. And then he brings up the false start penalties, and he talks about practice, and we all know what he's talking about, you know. And to me, that's not a great leader. To me, you know, you don't call a guy out in front of everybody. If you're going to call a guy out as a leader and try to make him perform better instead of tearing him down, you know, you're trying to build him up. You bring him off to the side and you tell him off to the side, man to man.
Mm-hmm.
This is what you need to do. This is what you need to work on. But you don't air out your laundry in front of everybody, man. That's my feelings on it. And to be honest, you know, Big Jeff's my favorite player. I've said it a million times, but I'll be honest, I was really disappointed in that. And it seems to be a trend with him. What do you think, brother?
Yeah, I'm 100% with you. I think, like, if you go back, it's, you know, if you compare it, which you really can't, to what Cam Ward said, he got up there and said, "We ass." And they ass. But in him saying that, he's talking about himself, his teammates, like, you know what's encompassed in that. You know what's encompassed in that. And is it a great look? No, but he's a young dude. He's hype. Like, this is just who he is. Jeffrey Simmons could have said everything he said and left that one small part about the offensive line out. And we're talking about that the same way we're talking about Cam Ward. But when you point at a specific group, and I know we mentioned all 3 phases and this and that, but I guarantee you I'm not at practice every day. And is it good that the offensive line had 4 false starts in practice on a Friday? Absolutely not. You're in practice. You shouldn't be doing that. But you tell me the defense is perfect at practice? You're telling me the defense never messes up? I just watched Jalen Armour-Davis play like an absolute slob in a football game. You're telling me that he's doing everything perfect at practice? No. So that's my issue with that. Like, it's not just about the false starts. It's not just about the offensive line. And for you to even point to that one specific example instead of an example on defense, to me, that's weak. And it's just a pattern. It's a trend with Simmons. Like, I get it. Like, he had the stuff in college. We're past it. Okay, fine. But that was a discussion at the time, was about his character. Has anything like that happened off the field? No. But you have seen stuff on the field. You've seen undisciplined penalties. You saw one this week, in my opinion. So you see the undisciplined stuff, the stuff with Buck Rising at practice, the other comments he's made. Like, it's just a pattern. And when you start to see that pattern, that's when you run into trouble. So I don't know. I was of the strong opinion I would not be upset if he was moved at the deadline. Now stuff's coming out about where the Patriots may have called and just wasn't even heard by the owner. Feel like that could have possibly been a Jeffrey Simmons move, but who knows? I guess we'll never know. But I don't know. I think you could have got something for him and maybe wouldn't have lost that much, unfortunately.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I can understand his frustrations, but at the same time, you know, I mean, you knew what it was before you came back this week. I mean, don't act like this is the first game we've played like this. And to be honest, J.C. Latham played really well. I mean, besides the penalty.
He
was facing one of the biggest pass rushers, 2 of the best pass rushers. They're both top 10, I think. But Danielle Hunter and Will Anderson Jr., he's facing off against them, 45 passing attempts, 0 sacks, 0 pressures. I mean, that's impressive.
Yeah.
the 4 penalty sucks, and that is non-discipline. But at the same time, I'm just saying that's the only thing that upsets me about it is, yeah, you're right. You don't call your guys out like that. So,
well, now let me say this too. Both things can be true. Both things can be true. The offense can be having a lot of trouble at practice. Like maybe there are some questions about JC Latham. I don't know because if you listen, we don't have it, but Arden Key, when he gave his post-game interview, there was a part where he said, because they asked him, I'm summarizing here, but they asked him, how do you talk to these different guys on the team? How do you motivate them? And he literally breaks it down and says, well, it's kind of like my kids. I got to talk to one a certain way and another one a certain way. Like that was his answer. And when you hear that, you're like, what the hell's going on in this locker room? Like maybe there are guys who just aren't acting like pros. Maybe some of these younger dudes. I mean, so there may be some questions about JC Latham. But to your point earlier, you just don't blast that publicly in a locker room after a loss. Like there's a time and a place. And you're right. As a leader, it's your job to say something, but say it to that person. And if you're going to say something, say everything else you said, or say like Cam Ward said, we asked, like that, encompass yourself into it. And I just don't feel like he took enough accountability, in my opinion.
Yeah, and I mean, to his credit, that is a clip of a really long interview that he did with a bunch of different reporters, and he does, in the beginning, say something about, I got to play better. I even had a penalty today against, and it was a stupid penalty, and I shouldn't be doing that. And yeah, he jumped into a long snapper, which is something that, I mean, maybe you can shrug it off as a rookie, like, he's young, he might not know that rule, which, I don't know. I don't know college ball that well. I don't know if you can do that in college. But everybody knows you can't do that in the pros. And for as long as Jeffrey Simmons has been playing, you should know better than that. But
well, you also can't hit a guy 5 seconds after the whistle blows, but you should know that too. So again, it's just a pattern. It's just a pattern. That's my problem with it. Anyway, I'll get off my soapbox for a second.
No, I'm with you. I'm with you on that one, man. I mean, like I said, it really disappointed me.
So in your opinion, and here's the other point to this, is this, I'm just going to phrase it like this, is this defense playing good enough to win these football games? On the defensive side of the ball, are they doing enough to give the offense a chance?
Against this team, yeah. Against the Texans, absolutely.
Just as a whole this year. I mean, you're 1-9. So if you look at it as a whole,
no.
Is the defense? So that's my point. So
yeah, I mean, look at the Chargers game. That's all you need right there. The Chargers just ran up and down the field almost at will against us. It didn't matter if they were running the ball, passing the ball, who they were passing the ball to. They lit our ass. And now, to his credit, Jeffrey Simmons wasn't on the field during that game. But there were plenty of games earlier this season where we were made to look stupid. The defense, I'm speaking on the defense, and no pressure. Let's not forget that after week 1, we didn't see a sack for 2 more weeks. Mm-hmm. Okay? So, and for me, that's 100% Jeffrey Simmons. You got to do that, man. That's your freaking thing. I mean, yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, and
I'm just saying you ain't got room to talk, man. That's all I'm saying. Not acting like a pro and a leader.
Yeah, I agree. And so for you, is it the secondary? Like, because it just feels like these teams have receivers. Like, you're about to get a Seahawks team come in here with Jackson Smith-Njigba, who may go for 300 yards. Like, there is one on this team who can cover anybody. So has that been
Marcus Harris and Kevin Winston played okay yesterday as far as, the first full game they've played in the entire season. I hope that their play keeps trending upwards. And if they have been practicing like that, I can kind of understand now why they just said, the hell with it, we'll trade off all these other guys and we'll just go with these guys. But
yeah, and that's what I'm trying to figure out the rest of this year is, okay, what do you address first? Like, you're very likely going to end up with multiple first-round picks, possibly multiple second-round picks. I mean, so it's just like, that's what I'm evaluating the rest of the year. And now it makes it so much harder because you've got an injury to DK. Calvin Ridley is out the rest of the year. We don't know. Do we know the status of DK? Like it's
DK is in concussion protocol, so he's not going to play next week.
He's
probably.
out. So, I mean, you're down. Like it's hard to even evaluate the young guys because now the young guys aren't going to be on the field. So, I don't know. That's kind of where I go the rest of the year is just what are we addressing first this offseason? Like what pieces are we keeping? Where are we moving certain pieces? Like that's so now does that call Restrepo up? Like we talked about this. I mean,
Sorry.
Is that now a young player that you're willing to – I mean, because apparently Mason Kinsey's getting the start. Like that's a foregone conclusion at this point.
If they don't call up Restrepo this week, I don't know why they kept him on the practice squad.
Thank you.
Because
what's the point?
You have no Bryce Oliver. He's on IR. Ridley's on IR. A.O. Manor, maybe, but I doubt it. It's a hamstring. You know how hammies are.
Like,
especially
what's the point?
For speed guys.
Yeah,
and why risk it? Yeah. And then DK's in concussion protocol, so he's probably not going to play either. You're probably going to have to call up him and James Prochet to cover the wide receiver stretch. But here we go. All right, this leads me perfectly into another segue into something else I wanted to talk about. There was a specific play that went down that a lot of people are complaining that Cam Ward completely missed Mason Kinsey on that deep ball. Okay, so let's just start off with it was a designed rollout. Are we agreed on that? It was a designed rollout to the right. He took off immediately. So a designed rollout to the right, and then the design of the play would then have to be to lay it on Mason's inside shoulder. And I know that the quarterback can do that. He's shown that he can do that. But why would you ask him to do that in a game? That's stupid. Not only that, the defensive back has leverage on the inside. So you would naturally drift to the outside. So the fact that people even say that's on Cam is ridiculous to me, first of all. Watch the damn tape. Second of all, Restrepo would have caught that damn ball.
Well, that's the problem. That's the problem.
But
we don't know because they won't play him. Like that's the issue. So I get it. I just don't understand because okay, let me phrase it this way. Has Kinsey done anything these last two games to show you that he's any different than what we thought he was? Has he exceeded expectation? Okay, so
Looks like
what you've got in
Kinsey.
Mason Kinsey.
He's
what you've got there.
Dude.
Yes.
Good dude, loyal, great.
And where the hell is he going to go? He ain't going nowhere.
Exactly.
So why not just keep him in your back pocket like you did for the first 20 years of his career and bring in Restrepo? Like that's where I'm at with it. I don't see why you don't try because what do you get? Right. That's like same way with play calling. This goes from organization to coaching. Like I swear to you, man, I'm so done with these terrible decisions. It's you're up 3-0 in the third quarter. It's 4th and 3. You're at the 37-yard line roughly. Like, what are we doing? What is this season about?
Well, no,
I know Joey Sly can make a 47-yard field goal. I want to see your 4th down offense. Like, I don't understand.
He ran the ball on 3rd down. Sorry, I'm shaking my whole damn desk. This is the part that got me angry. You run the ball on 3rd down. You're past the 40-yard line. Okay, so as a coach, if you're running on 3rd down, what are you doing on 4th down? You're going for it. That's the only reason
you do that. That's the only reason you run, yeah.
And
I'm telling you, bro.
Twice. He ran the ball and then had Joey Sly come out and kick the damn field goal.
Like, what are you protecting? What are you protecting?
Don't know.
I don't understand. It's 3-0. Like,
have you? I know you've seen The Water Boy. Okay, you know the end scene in that movie when they're winning the game and the announcer keeps saying he doesn't have anything to lose, and then at the end he's like he did it because he didn't have it. My point is that We don't have anything to lose. And I
Yeah.
mean, at this point, yeah, what are you playing for, dude? You're an interim head coach. Your
Yeah.
last NFL head coach job was a joke. This one's turning into a joke. You have nothing to lose. Let it go. Let him go.
Gotta strip it down to the studs, man. As
Quit.
much as that sucks to say, you gotta strip this thing down to the studs.
Well, you just got to quit handcuffing your quarterback. Now, I understand if you go into this game with a little bit of a conservative play calling because your freaking offense already depleted as it was. Now you are completely depleted in the wide receiver era. You have no good starter. None of your starters are playing. So I can understand why you would try to run the ball even though you're only getting 3 yards every fucking attempt. I get it on this week, but not last week. I mean,
any week to this point, like that's, I don't know, man. It's just, I
why
ask
would you
again.
not let your quarterback go get that?
I ask again. Is this what it's like to be a Browns fan?
Oh
Like,
my God.
this, I'm telling you, like it's where I'm at with this. It's frustrating. It's frustrating. That's the best way I can describe it. But again, to my point, like you've got to strip this thing down to the studs. Like McCoy's not going to be here next year. Is
No.
there one piece on this staff? Bones?
Fassel. Yeah, I was going to say Fassel.
I mean, is that it?
The only you might,
like I'm
in
switching
some
out the water
alternate
boy at this
universe,
point.
you might in some alternate universe convince an offensive-minded head coach that they might want to keep Denard Wilson around. Maybe. I know.
I think you got to get a defensive-minded coach.
You got it.
I
Well,
mean, with a
I
good
kind of agree
staff,
with that.
That's
I feel like defensive-minded coaches are stronger characters, and I think that's what we need. I think we need a
Yes.
strong character guy.
Yep.
I don't really care if he's offense or defense. I just like Slay. A lot of people don't like that pick, but that dude just exudes confidence and
Yeah.
strength. You know what I mean? Like you can see it on the sidelines when he's excited with his dudes. His dudes are just as pumped up as he is, and that's something we don't really see very much as Titans fans. We don't see coaches getting excited anymore.
Well, Callahan got excited just for the wrong reasons.
I can't blame him. I mean, I'll be honest with you, dude. If Will Levis was my quarterback, I'd scream at him too. But again, you don't do that in camera. I mean, that's the kind of that got him fired. You know, I mean, if he hadn't done those kind of things on camera in the middle of games, would we know about it? You know, and would we be as easy to call for his job? I don't know. Sometimes it's a blessing and a curse, I guess, is what I'm saying. All right, so something else I want to touch on a little bit is how bad our secondary is.
Oh, we just keep rolling.
Oh, yeah. Our secondary sucks. I swear to God, I honestly think, what is his name? Not Kevin Winston, the other one. Marcus Harris.
Mm-hmm.
Marcus Harris, I believe, had the highest PFF score of all the defensive backs that started.
Mm-hmm.
Which means that Daryl Baker, who's been starting for us for a long time, Amani Hooker, who he just re-signed to a large contract,
Yep.
they all suck.
Yeah.
For some reason. But this rookie that was a 6th round draft, was he 6th or 7th? I don't even know. Anyway, 6th.
I
Sure.
believe so.
Yeah. Anyway, he's from Cal, dude. I didn't even know who he was until we drafted him. Never heard his name before. And now I'm like, oh, he might be the best cornerback we got on the roster. Which is crazy.
But that's not a high bar either. Like,
No.
I get what you're saying, but yeah.
No, let me put it in perspective for you with the stats, because I'm a stat nerd. So we had 9 passes defended according to ESPN stats. 9 passes defended. 5 of those passes were by our middle linebackers. So that means Cedric Gray and Cody Barton got more passes defended. And by the way, Cedric Gray on that wide receiver, I tried to remember who it was, but it was such a beautiful play. He looked like a defensive back, man. Had him right there,
Yeah.
hip to hip, smacked the ball right when it was coming for his hands. If he hadn't hit the ball, it would have been a reception. It was a beautiful throw. So aces for Cedric Gray. He's having a
I mean,
hell of a season.
he's been the highlight of this season. Yeah,
He
like I
really
don't want to get
has.
off topic there, but like he
Defensive
has been the
MVP.
bright spot. Absolutely. Yep.
Yeah, defensive MVP for sure. Had 11 tackles on the day, 1 tackle for loss, 2 pass defended, and I think he had 1 sack, or no, not a sack, or pressure. Excuse me.
Yeah.
Pressure. But yeah, he played great. Another one that played great that I was belly aching about all week, Arden Key. I have to give him a shout out because I know, I did the same thing, man. I was almost upset. I was telling my coworkers, I never wish ill upon people, but I kind of wish he would stay out a little bit longer so we could keep this pass rush thing going. And then he comes in and has 4 pressures, 1.5 sacks, and 3 quarterback hits in the game, and
Yeah, I
was
don't
a
remember.
disruptive force.
I don't remember who it was on the radio today, but they said somebody told him, "Hey, Arden Key was really in the backfield," and they was like, "Well, somebody's supposed to be." So it's like I'm kind of done crediting, like, and that's how I feel. I'm kind of done crediting Arden Key for a good game when it's like, okay, I've expected a good game from you for what, 2 years now.
Yeah.
So and haven't got anything. So it's like, yes, good job at doing your job. Like that's where I'm at with Arden Key. Like that, and I hate that because like I really thought he was going to be more than what he's turned into.
Dude,
and like you said, not a bad game, 1.5 sacks, but just where's it been the last 2 years?
Just give me a game every other game like that for the contract you have. That's the kind of numbers you should be putting up. I mean, you came to us on a 10 or 12 sack season, I believe.
Yeah. And then just poof.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, good job.
And Cody Barton finally looked like the football player we all thought he was going to be coming out of camp. He had 5 tackles, 1 sack, which the sack, by the way, was a 4th down, took away points, took points straight off the board. Yep. And then he also had 3 passes defended, as I mentioned earlier, and 2 pressures. So Cody Barton was a force to be reckoned with on Sunday. Him and Gray were the entire defense almost.
Has Cody Barton done enough for you this year to warrant a starting job next year?
No, he'll be in competition. I mean, now let me rephrase. If he continues this same level of play for the rest of the season, maybe we're having a different conversation at the end of the season. Yeah. But right now, no, not even close. When you're being outperformed by the guy that might have not had a starting job at the beginning of the year, that's not a good sign. I mean, that's kind of what happened to Snead. And holy cow, with the crazy shit that's happening with Snead, man.
Yeah, kind of wild how much of that money they can get back.
Yes, yeah.
I mean, that's a big deal.
Yeah, I was reading an article where, if he is charged, or not charged, convicted of a misdemeanor, a felony charge, which he's facing, I think, 4. Anyway, if he gets charged or convicted in a felony, then we are able to recoup a large number. I'll say that, and we're even able to recoup some of the signing bonuses, which is insane because we kind of already gave those to him. So we would be literally going, okay, now we don't owe you any more money, but you owe us some money back. Yeah.
And let's remember too, we traded a 3rd round pick for him. You could have possibly had a Luther Burden at wide receiver, or you know what I'm saying? Like you could have had a lot more to work with, but we really put a lot of faith in that L'Jarius Sneed trade, and man, did that blow up in their face. Absolutely insane. So yeah, but yeah, that's really interesting. So, but my question going into that was, so who on this we mentioned Cody Barton. Who on this defense has played themselves into a starting job next year? Is there anyone you point to? I mean, Cedric Gray, obviously. I mean, Tavondre Sweat's going to be there, but like any of these
Yeah.
outside guys looking in, has anybody earned that?
I think personally, Jihad Ward has earned himself a rotational role. I don't know if it's a starting role, but I think he's earned himself a rotational role. I mean,
That's
if Marcus
it.
Harris and Winston keep performing like they do, then yeah, they probably. I mean, Winston seems to be everywhere. He seemed to be
Yeah,
everywhere Sunday. He just wasn't on the ball every single time. But every single time the play ended, I could see him standing somewhere near the ball. So I mean, he was on his way. He just, So yeah, I don't know. I give him a couple more games, but I'm interested to see what he does throughout the rest of the year. I mean, what the hell else we got to watch for?
yeah.
That's the only reason I mean, not the only reason I'm watching these games. I'm such a liar. I can't help myself. I love winning. I love the Titans, and I love when the Titans win. There is literally no better feeling. But well, I don't know. When we won against the Cardinals, that wasn't very good feeling.
That was a weird
I was
feeling.
happy we
That was a
won,
very,
but
very
yeah,
weird feeling. Well, and it's how they won too. That was just a weird thing altogether. But yeah, I get what you're saying. 100% get what you're saying. And that's what's frustrating to me is because like you had some of that young talent on the defense that you thought could play into that role, like your Jarvis Brownlees, who's doing great with the Jets, by the way. Just want to throw that out there. But it just sucks that much more when you trade young players like that away because you're about to see, like, you think you're going to see turnover at the coaching staff. Like, wait till you see the turnover on the football field. Like, they're about to infuse even more youth into this thing. You're going to have more turnover at the cornerback position. It's hard to get in a rhythm and get comfortable when you add this many new pieces. So I'm excited for it, but it's going to be interesting to see how they navigate it.
So I know it's way too early to be talking about draft stuff.
It is.
But someone asked me because we're projected to have the number one pick, blah blah blah. And they asked me, barring no trades happen, what would you do? And I was
If
like,
you're taking
I'm
the
not
number
really
one overall,
Nah, I mean, maybe not number one overall. But let's just say you have a pick in the first round, pick in the second round, pick in the third round this year.
okay.
And he was like, what do you do? And I was like, well, I don't really know. It depends on where the players fall. There's still a lot of college play to be done. And, you got to figure out exactly what your needs are. However, I think 1, 2, and 3, in no certain order, probably almost have to be wide receiver, tackle, and edge.
Oh, see, I've got a different one, and I'm glad I do. I'm glad we're different on this because I was asked something very similar, and I would go in this order. Like I know it depends who's there and what talent, but if I have 3 players of the same theoretical talent, I go wide receiver, edge, DB. I think that's the way that I think. And you mentioned tackle, and I do think tackle needs to be addressed, but we haven't seen playmakers on this team in a while. And yes, I understand you have to give Cam Ward time to throw, but if you can give him more weapons at a number one receiver, and then you can get somebody on the edge, and then I think you go DB. Like you need that playmaker on defense too. When's the last time somebody feared one of our cornerbacks? Like that's what L'Jarius Sneed was supposed to be. Like that's why I think you go playmaker before offensive line.
Yeah. All right. I can get with that. But something else I was ticking around in the old noggin once I said that out loud was that I think we're going to be in the market for a running back. And I don't know if we go free agency on that. I don't know if that's the right move. I don't know though. Running backs are pretty cheap on the free agency right now. So
You
I don't
say
know.
that,
I don't know what to call that is.
You say that I'm assuming because Pollard's they move on from Pollard? Is that
Yeah.
kind of what
I
you're
mean,
okay?
I'll be honest, dude. Last year, I was excited by Pollard's play. I was like, "Oh, dude's a dog, man." I mean, like he'll get in there, and but man, go back and watch the film yesterday. Since I paid that 12 effing dollars, now I
Yeah.
get to watch as many replays as I want, and I can watch every single game. So I have been. I actually rewatched the game twice since the original time I watched it. I watched
This
this
team
game
doesn't deserve you,
3
man.
freaking times. I know, but I can't
This
help
team
it.
does not deserve you.
But I don't know. Like I said, you go back and watch it. The very first run, he sees that he's running into a wall, and what does he do? The old Lindell White. Turn around, put my back against him, and just try to 2 yards ahead. Oh man, it pissed me off so bad when I saw it. I was like, oh god, that's taking effort.
Yeah.
That's taken away. And that's the first play of the game. If you're playing the first snap of the game like that, I'm done. I'm good.
Yeah.
I'll take Tajay, who takes that 3rd and 13 and races
Yep.
up and gets us a first down because he makes 2 guys miss.
He hops. And there was I think at least twice where he took a 3 to 5 yard loss and turned it into a 5-yard gain. Like
Yeah.
that's what you want to see in your running back. He has ability out of the backfield. So I don't know though, like because
I'd kind of like to see Mullings too. I think he comes back
Bill
this week.
Mullings paired with Tajay Spears and it is an interesting combination. And like I hate that because like I love Pollard. I think Pollard has done the best to his ability. Like I think he has lived up to the standard and maybe possibly even exceeded that for this team. But I'm with you. Like at some point you're going to move on anyway. It might as well be now and see if you can get a young guy like Mullins going or go it maybe go get a bruiser type running back that's built like a bruiser and then pair that with Tajay Spears. Either way, I'm good with, but I think you just have to see what you got. And if that means Pollard getting a little less playing time, so be it.
I'll be honest, I wish Genty was in this draft.
Man. Yeah.
I mean, if we had
I like Scattaboo. And that dude was on before the injury. Man. He was on before the injury.
I think he's like Tajay though, man. He has so many blown out injuries in college that it was I don't know. When was the last time he played a full season?
Tajay's injury since he's been in the NFL has absolutely zero to do with his injuries in college. Like that's just a bad luck human being.
I will say this too for Tajay, and this was my argument coming out of college, because everybody was saying he was going to be a problem in the offseason, and I was like, I don't know, because he got that surgery or whatever and got his ACLs removed, but
Both
that
of
was
them,
in
by the way.
but that was in 2021. 2022, he played a full season of college. His last year, no problems, no injuries.
Yep.
He has been a little smidge concussion prone since he's been in the NFL, but that's because he's a little dude and
look how he runs. Like
I was gonna say he is fearless, absolutely fearless.
But yeah, I'm with you though. I agree. I think they're possibly in the market for a running back. I don't know that I addressed that in the draft. I think I at least see what I have in Khalil Mullings and go from there. But possibly again with this many draft picks, why the hell not? That's where I'm at with it.
I'll say this about Mike McCoy: has an interim head coach ever been fired?
Oh God, I mean, we're there, right? We're there.
Yeah.
I mean, you don't because you really going to do that to Cam Ward? Like at this point, you're just messing with the guy. You don't.
Oh,
but
man.
Yeah, if any team was going to do it, this would be the year. 100%.
Well, we're getting close to that time. And I'd like to end on a note of, earlier I said I'm just a free spirit, all about love. I guess I'm a new age hippie, except, not quite that crazy. But I do want everybody to show love and everything, and especially online. Okay, nobody can nobody can say anything on Twitter anymore without somebody coming on and being a complete wad and just trying to extract some other meaning out of what you're saying. And it's frustrating as hell as anyone trying to actually talk about real things. You know what I mean? Without trying to do that crap. Because the trolls basically is what they are. They're freaking trolls. But there's no reason for that as far as like fan to fan. You know, me and my wife have been together for 23 years in a couple months. We'll be celebrating our 23rd anniversary. And the reason that we have been together so long, or I think the reason that one of the reasons we have a strong relationship is because we can look at each other and say, you know what? Agree to disagree. I mean, you know, you have your views, I have mine. Doesn't sound like you're going to change. Doesn't sound like I'm going to change. So let's just admit that we have different views on things, you know, and that's okay. You don't have to agree with everything, you know, and it's just kind of the way it is with everything in life, you know. You just be less intense, you know, and that's with everything, not just the Titans. Just be less intense, period. Everything nowadays seems to be like you're either way over here or way over here. And there's a lot of room in the middle there, man, where you can just be in the middle. It's cool to just be a middleman. It's not a big deal. You don't have to go be on team whatever. But I'll get off my soapbox about that.
No, I mean, you're right. It's all about teams now. That's how it is. My team wins, your team loses. Yeah. And it's hard too because you try to find positivity in things like football, but then you're a Titans fan, so it just makes it worse. So I get it. There's reasons to be mad. There's reasons to be hateful, but just don't be. You know,
unless you're a Georgia fan. Every time that stupid ass commercial comes on where that dude's like, "Yeah, I did the Georgia Bulldog bark at my boss."
Yeah,
not a good idea.
Yeah, but I don't know. So I'll close out. I've got a question for you. We've had a little bit of time to think about it. Still, obviously, way too early. Anybody hitting your mind on the coaching search? Anybody come to thought right off the bat? Where do you stand with it as of today?
Oh man, I hate talking about stuff this early because I don't even know if a lot of these people are going to be available.
Looks like Harbaugh's not, which was our first hope, but they're storming back in their division. So
I was going to say that's easily my first choice, but you know, let's just say that those three coaches that we were hoping to get fired, because Green Bay won again this week too, so no LeBeau there. But so let's just say that all those coaches keep their job, because I don't really want Mike Tomlin anyway.
I'm good on that.
Yeah. I really like Robert Slay, as I mentioned earlier. I really like Joe Brady. But I also understand. I also understand that he has struggled lately, and that is not where we want to be again with a first-time head coach. So I've kind of said, all right, maybe not that. But the only other one that really intrigues me is bothersome to me because of his last stint as a head coach. But I really like Kingsbury.
Yep, I've been on that train since the jump. I'm telling you, I've been there. I've been there on Kingsbury. I think there are
That's hard for me to admit, man.
When you look at what is probably going to be available, nobody jumps off the page. But on that page, I would put Kingsbury at the top of the list.
I'll say this. I believe fully that the reason that Kingsbury got fired from Arizona was because of his lack of ability to develop. What the hell's his name? Oh my God! I just had a complete brain fart. The quarterback.
Kyler?
The quarterback for Arizona. Thank you.
Yeah.
Kyler Murray. That was why I think he got fired, was his failure to develop Kyler Murray. And then they realized Kyler Murray just sucks.
Yeah, and I
he
also
has
think he's done enough work with Jaden Daniels that he's overcame that.
Yeah.
Like that's
Yeah.
like that's kind of where I'm at with it. I'll throw a fun one out for you. Every week I'm going to throw out a new fun name that I hear a rumor about.
Okay.
Have we heard the Lane Kiffin stuff? Do we want Lane Kiffin?
So
There's no way he comes to Tennessee. There's no way he comes to Tennessee.
Immediately when I heard this, okay, I was like, not only no, but fuck no. And let me tell you why. I live right outside of Knoxville, okay? And I don't know if you should know. Damn it, you're a freaking Vols fan.
I am, but
you want to drive
I'll
a
let you
bigger
finish.
wedge in between the Titans and the Vols? Go ahead and hire fucking this guy.
I think I am a true blood Vol. I bleed orange. I have this weird love-hate relationship with Lane Kiffin because I think as a head coach, he gets the most out of his players. I think he can be successful with the right tools pretty much anywhere you send him. I think if there was a job opening at Tennessee, I'm not saying there will be anytime soon, but I think if there was a job opening at Tennessee, Lane Kiffin would strongly consider it. And I think not everybody, but there are some Vols fans that would welcome that back with the success he's had at Ole Miss. That being said, if he's interested in the NFL, I'm interested in interviewing him. I'm crazy. Maybe I'm crazy. But if there was even an inkling that he is interested, I'm talking to the guy. If nothing else, because I guarantee you it'll be an interesting conversation.
I'd rather
But
take the
I'm
guy
talking
from
to the
Notre
guy.
Dame.
Who? James Franklin?
No, James Franklin.
Who?
No, they're the.
Oh, I was thinking Penn State, Notre Dame. Yeah.
I tell you another one that I'll throw a name out there that I just happened upon this week and was like, oh hey, there's somebody I didn't think about. Todd Monken.
Yeah.
He's a Bulldog.
Yeah. That's boring though.
Yeah.
That's boring. Yeah, that doesn't bring excitement. Lane Kiffin will put butts in seats. Lane Kiffin, if nothing else, would put butts in seats. Hey, you're going to do a new stadium. Might as well just go all out. Like that's where I'm.
Look, man, I ain't even a full hardcore Vols fan. That's the thing is I ain't even a. But I was here. I was here when the excitement hit, and bro, let me tell you, there were bumblebees everywhere in Knoxville. I worked in Knoxville at the time, and everybody that came into the place was talking about the Vols because he was going to be the savior coach and he was going to take us to the championship and all this shit. Yeah. And then this dude slides out of town.
Literally
in
overnight,
the middle of the night.
He disappeared as mysteriously as he appeared. Yeah.
At like midnight to LA to go to Southern California or whatever, but
look, you're talking about trends, but you're talking about trends. Like, look at what he's doing right now. Literally, LSU sent a plane to pick up his family to bring them to Baton Rouge, and now Ole Miss has basically put a note on his desk that essentially says, you're either going to sign with us this week or you're done. And if I'm Lane Kiffin, I pray on everything that he calls that bluff. Because if Ole Miss gets into the playoffs and Lane Kiffin takes another job, now what? Like, does he coach the playoffs when he's about to head to a rival school? Like,
if
I don't
that
know.
happens,
there is so much going on in the world of football. I love it.
Yeah, I will say, just based on their turnaround over the last 2 years, if that happens, that DA will get fired. There's no way that dude can keep his job after firing
That's what
Lane
they said.
Kiffin.
That's what they said.
I mean, I get it.
Straight up ultimatum.
I get it. That Biloxi, man. Biloxi, dude. They're gamblers down there, bro.
Yeah.
Or wait, no.
Ole Miss is in Oxford.
Oh,
Oxford,
God, no. That's in the top. Yeah, never mind. That's in the very top of Mississippi. I lived there for a while. It's nowhere anybody wants to be.
But yeah, I thought it was interesting. And hey, it's a name. It's an option. If I'm the Titans right now, I ain't ruling out crap. I'm talking to anybody and everybody that will give me the time of day to step into an interview room.
I take him as an offensive coordinator.
Nah. He's too good for that. Lane ain't taking no OC
All right.
job.
Oh my God. All right. I can't believe we went there. But hey, if you've hung around with us this long, man, I
Bless you.
really appreciate it. Yeah. Hell, especially for the last 20 minutes because we've just been kind of BSing now. But
Got to talk about something interesting.
yeah, I don't know, man. I
Get
was
it.
thinking about bringing up, flavors of the week. Start talking about like ice cream or something. I don't know. Anyway, we thank you guys. We appreciate you. Like, subscribe, share, all that good stuff because it helps us, and we don't make any money at this. Although we are growing like crazy. TikTok's blowing up. Our YouTube's getting bigger every day. Facebook, Twitter, all of it's getting bigger every single day. So if you don't follow us everywhere, then you're missing out. But whatever, it's cool. And until next time, I guess, tighten up
Peace out.
and peace out.